UFC 267 review main card, because this was in Saudi and I couldn't be fucked to wake up for the prelims, so here we go. Light heavyweight bout, Magomed Ankalaev versus Volkan Ozdemir. Volkan's just never really, he's just been falling off pretty much ever since he challenged DC for the title. His last loss was a pretty brutal one to Yuri Prokasia, and this was pretty much just a straight shutout. If I thought Volkan was going to have any advantage, it would be on the feet, and he got dropped there as well, and was just pretty much controlled everywhere. 30-27, I had it unanimously. For some reason, one of the judges was doing something else during one of the rounds and thought Volkan won that round, but I mean, who even gives a fuck, really? Khamzat Chimaev versus Li Jingliang. Khamzat, like, one of the biggest hype trains going into this card. He had an absolute killer year last year, becoming the first fighter to get 3 wins in like 66 days, and one of them was a 10-day turnaround. He's been off for a bit with COVID though, but it was interesting to see coming into this fight if he'd actually do well against a proper contender, because up until this point, he was obviously done good, but I was really looking for him to prove himself against an actual top guy like Li Jingliang. And people were quick to shut him off, just saying Khamzat was easily going to roll him. Maybe that was a result of the hype train a bit. But I thought this was going to be at least a bit more of a closer fight. But no, it was just Khamzat just smashing through him again. Don't think he even landed a strike. Khamzat's only absorbed like 2 strikes in his whole career at this point in the UFC. Pretty much just slammed him and choked him out with fucking ease. So yeah, Khamzat is definitely for real. The hype before was a bit skeptical, but nah, he's proven he can do it against top guys as well. So yeah, respect him, I guess. Heavyweight bout, Alexander Volkov versus Marvin Tybura. This was a decision. Volkov won, so yeah, I mean, I don't really know. But anyway, the fight I pretty much cared the most about on this card, or was most interested about, was Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. And I have been quite vocal about saying how I think Islam, I don't hate him as a person, but just the amount of hype he's had going into this is just, I thought, was completely undeserved for what he's actually accomplished. But I'm more than willing to be like, yeah, it's deserved now, because he fucking rolled through Dan Hooker in like 1 round. It was pretty much just like Khamzat again, just took him down, submitted him, and obviously I was going for Dan Hooker here because New Zealand, and he was having a quick turnaround as well from his last fight, just proving that he's a BMF. But no, Islam, like, the hype train was absolutely ridiculous, I thought, for the people that he's beaten. Like, he's never even really beaten anyone in the top 15. This is pretty much the first actual person, but, I mean, yeah, again, he's shown that he does belong there, and that his skills are, like, it's not just talk, he can actually do them in the cage as well. So, yeah, I guess I wasn't hating on him. I just thought, like, the amount of hype he had was absolutely fucking ridiculous, I thought. And it's all I could see anywhere, on any MMA page, anywhere I looked, every comment section. I don't hate Russians, it's just, I don't know, the hype is, in this case it was earned, I guess. Co-main event, bantamweight interim title, Petr Yan, Corey Sandhagen. Yan, we all know he's really the champion. Like, Aljamain literally went from being one of my favourite fighters to probably my least favourite fighter in the UFC. And I think it was like that with a lot of people. Sandhagen, I thought he bet Dillashaw, so fair enough him being in the spot. And started off with a lot of volume. Just like, this fight kind of went exactly I thought it was going to. Sandhagen starting off early with volume, but then as the fight goes on, Yan so accurate, maybe the best boxer in the UFC, and one of the best 5-round fighters in the UFC, because he literally just becomes such a beast over the later rounds as well. And he did drop Sandhagen with it was like a spinning back fist, and then I can't remember exactly what punch it was that landed after. I think that was in round 3. And it looked like Sandhagen was on his way out of there, especially at the end of round 4. He managed to come back a little bit in the 5th round. He fought a bit better, but still, Jan's just a fucking beast, man, and like he realistically is the champion. So yeah, I had that 49-46 to Jan, which the judges did as well. But that second round was pretty close. But anyway, Jan got the decision there. Definitely one of my favourite fighters. Main event time, old men coming out of their retirement homes to fight for the title. Glover Teixeira, like, what even is he? I can't even believe he's in this position, really. I just remember seeing him get starched by Anthony Johnson in 13 seconds and being like, yeah, he's, like, fair enough, he's actually, at this age, just complete resurgence and been beating everybody. And Jan Blachowicz, again, same thing, resurgence, literally never even gave a fuck about him, really, until he knocked out Luke Rockhold. And yeah, I was expecting him to actually have a pretty decent run as champ, but Glover saw fit to end things here and is the oldest first-time champion in UFC history. So, I mean, it is like just the perfect ending. Well, it's not even the end to his career because he's going to keep fighting, but like for everything he's accomplished and the ups and downs, and at this stage in his career to become champion, it is pretty inspirational. Jan Blachowicz pretty much had nothing in this fight. Like, he got taken down the first round, couldn't get up. Second round, a bit better in the striking, but he got hurt by Glover as well, taken down and then just submitted, pretty much tapped straight away. Definitely not. I thought Jan was probably going to win this by knockout, if I was being honest. I didn't expect Glover to... I wasn't writing him off completely, but this was a big surprise to me. And he is a new UFC champion, and we'll go on to fight Yuri Prochazka next, so that'll be a fucking good fight. I actually have no idea who's going to win that, because Glover actually has looked like such a beast lately. Heavy hands, good stand up, but I mean, Yuri's just a fucking animal in there, isn't he? But that should be a banger of a fight, I think. And overall, yeah, this card, it was actually a pretty good card. All the hype jobs completely living up to their hype. And yeah, you really just can't hate on Khamzat and Islam anymore. Like, they've fully just shown that it's like, it is for a reason. Because I'm going to be honest, I was looking forward to, not Khamzat so much, because I thought, like, he has actually been a bit of a beast, and like, I don't know, the level of Islam's hype was just absolutely fucking through the stratosphere, especially by Khabib as well, saying he's like one of the best pound for pound fighters. I'm like, yeah, like, he literally hadn't even beaten anyone, like, at all, really. And just to say that off what he's done, like what he'd done up to that point, I thought was just like, I couldn't really believe it. But again, I have to respect him now, and maybe put him against Beneil Dariush next, while Justin and Chandler fight for number one contender spot, and then we've obviously got Dustin versus Charles for the title. And then with Khamzat, I don't know, there's so many fights you could do in the welterweight division, but he's definitely going to be in a title fight in the future, I believe. He's an absolute beast. But yeah, that was UFC 267. We got 268 next week, which was another absolute banger of a card. All the pay-per-views we have coming up are just, they're absolutely stacked beyond belief. So yeah, we'll be coming at you with more reviews of those. But for now, that was 267, and that is it.